So welcome students. So today we will implement the programs for the flowcharts that I have shown you yesterday. So one of the flowchart was the Power 2 program, and we developed the flowchart for that. And the second one was for the table, I guess, the multiplication table. So let us develop the programs for both of them. The first is the Power 2 program. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to accept X value from the user, and I'm going to say int of input, and I'm going to say enter value of X. Okay, and then I will take the value for Y. So this is Y, and over here it's Y, and then I need the product. So I will say product is equal to 1. Let me have the loop for I in range, and I need to run this loop for y times, because this is going to be x raised to y. So I need to multiply x to itself y times. So this will be 1 comma, or simply I can put this as y. Even that will not matter, because I just want the iterations means the number of times the loop is going to go for. So basically, if it is y and the value of y is 4, so this is going to generate the series that is 0 to 3, and the loop is going to go for 4 times, so that is 4 iterations, and that is what I want, because I'm not going to use that y into that calculation. Okay, and the next thing that I'm going to do is product and is equal to product into x, right? So I'm going to multiply x y times. Okay, so this is 1 into x first time, so that goes into product, and again then the I will be the next value. So you can see we are not using I in this calculation, and we are actually not using y also in the calculation, but y is the number of times that this loop should go for. So this is y iterations that this loop should have, right? And that is why we require y out here, and this is just a value that we require to, that's the syntax. Okay, so that's it. Then I need to print the, so I will say something like, x to the power y is, and comma, and the answer. So let us check this quickly. Let me run this, and it will ask me to save. So I will say something like power.py, and now it is going to ask me for a value, and I put a value of x as 2 and y as 4, and now you can see it has given me the answer, that is 16, so which is absolutely correct. So 2 raised to 4 is 16. Let me just run this one more time, and we will take something like 8, and y is 2, so that is 64, because 8 into 8 is 64. So this is absolutely working perfect. Okay, so this was the first program, that is the power program. And now you can see that we have not used the module, that is the math module. So without using the math module, we actually developed our own program, isn't it? So this is what programming is all about. Now let us go for the next program, and the next program was the multiplication table. So let me take a fresh file, and now I will take the value of n is equal to int of input, and I will say enter a number, and then what I will do is I need a loop for I in range, and this loop should go from 1 to 10. So if it's 10, I require 11 out here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say print, okay, print that is n into I, and that's it. Okay, so this is going to give me multiplication dot py. So if I enter that is 5, so this is going to give me the table of 5, and these are the numbers, right? 5, 10, 15, 20, and so on till 10. 5 into 10 is 50. So this is okay, but now we will display it in a much better way so that it looks good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say something that is n, okay, then comma, and then I'm going to use the x sign, the x, okay, the x sign, then comma, and then I'm going to say, so it should be 5 into 1, so I will say I out here, then comma, and then a string that is equal to and comma. Okay, so you can see this, what this is going to do is this is 5 into I, so n into I, so that is 5 into 1 is equal to 5 into 1, 5, then 5 into 2 is equal to 5 into 2, that is 10, and so on. So if I run this program now, and if I give something like 7, and you can see that it has displayed the table of 7, right? So this is looking good, but there is some kind of manipulations or we can do to the output, so that some kind of formatting, not manipulations, but some kind of formatting that we can do. So this is like right aligned properly. Right now you can see this is a 2-digit number out here, there are two-digit numbers, and so this is not properly aligned. So what I can do is I can use a method, and that is I'm going to convert this into a string. Okay, first thing that I will do is convert this into a string. So this calculation will take place and that will get converted into a string. That's okay, the output is not going to matter by that. Okay, but then I will use a method of the string, and that is just I'm showing it to you so that you can format your output. I'm going to use rjust. Okay, rjust is one of the method, and this is not really the part of your syllabus, but this is just I'm showing it to you how you can format a better output. And I'm going to say something like 2 out here. Okay, and now if I run this, if I give the number like 7, you can, okay, something went wrong, still I will just give this like 4, and now if I do and 8, and you can see that we have an output, but still there is a problem out here because this is not right aligned actually. So this 2 was okay, but we need to do something for this as well. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to convert this I into the str and say r just. Okay, that is, it is going to justify to the right hand side basically. And if I say 2, so there is going to be a block of 2. Okay, I'm going to explain you this as well. First let us just generate a perfect output, and now if I give number 8, and now you can see that this is looking a much aligned output. Now what is happening over here is I gave the value, that is I converted I into a string, then I said are just, so this is right justified by 2. So there are two blocks basically, one from the right hand side, 1 and 2. So when we have a 2-digit number like 10, so what is going to happen, it is going to get justified from the right hand side, so 0 and 1, because I've given the two blocks out here. So these are the two blocks. Okay, see, these are the two blocks, 8 and the blank one. Okay, since there is only a single number, but since this is a 2-digit number, so I assign two blocks. So, and it will be aligned the from the right hand side. So this is 8 into 10 and 80. Even you can see this is aligned to the right hand side. You can see the 8 is aligned to the right hand side. Okay, so this is the use of this. So if I make this as 4, so there will be 4 blocks for example over here. And now if I run this and if I give the same number, you can see these are like 4 blocks that got assigned, and it is right justified basically. Okay, so if this is a 3-digit number, if you have some bigger number, then it will be into 3-digit numbers. So in that case you need to increase this value out here, and this is how it works basically. So I hope this is clear to you, and if this is a 2-digit number for 8, then you need to apply the same thing. Now I'm going to get this as 2, and I'm going to give some small values only, so I'm going to keep that as 2. So if I give value 2, so this is a table of 2. So let us have a some around 4 tables out here. So this is the first table and the second table, the third table and the fourth table. Let us just enhance this particular program. So how we're going to do that is, first I'm going to take the 4 values from the user. So I'm going to name this as A, and this I'll make it as B. So let me just copy this and paste it. So this is B is equal to, and this will be C and this will be D. So this is C and this is D, and now there is no value called as A, so I'm going to replace this N with A. This is A, and that's it. Now this is going to print the first value, that is, for example, if it is 8, okay, let us take it 8. So this is going to print inside A, I mean the value of A, we have given the value 8. So this is 8 into 1, 8. This is going to print, and then the loop is going to work, right? But then now what I need to do is, it should be 8 into 1 is equal to 8, and then I need to give a space out here, and then the first value of the next table, that is of B. Okay, so what I need to do is, first thing that I need to do is give a end value and end that string with a 4 spaces. Okay, so I'm ending that. So if it says 8 into 1 is equal to 8, and then there will be a space of 4 spaces basically. Okay, and then I want to print the next table, that is whatever the value we have it in B. Okay, and then the third table, and then the fourth table, and then we will come to the next line. So how we are going to do that is, this is going to print the first table, I mean only for the first time this is going to print only the first value, that is 8 into 1. Okay, so let me come to the next line, and these are the 4 tables. Okay, so this I'm going to make it as B, this as C, and this as D, and changes that I need to make out here as well. So this is going to be B, this is C, and this is D, and this I'm going to make it as first number, the second number, and this is the third number, and this is the fourth number. So fourth number. Okay, see how this is going to work. I'm just going to tell you. Okay, at the end what I need to do, okay, for the last statement I don't require end, because I want that after printing this value, the cursor should come to the next line. Okay, and that's what I want. So I'm going to remove this end from here. Okay, so now, okay, this you might find a bit confusing at this point, but if you really practice onto this, it is not really that confusing. Okay, so now let me just run this program, and now it is asking me for the first number. So I will give 2, 5, 7, and 9, and here it is. So these are the 4 tables that got generated in front of you, and how nicely we have formatted the output, you can see to it. Okay, so what is happening out here, let me just explain this. Okay, this is the code, and this is the for loop. Okay, now since I'm decreasing the size, so the output is mattering a lot. Okay, it is getting affected anyway. So if A is 2, this b is 5 and this is 7 and 9, I suppose, whatever the number is. And then if a is 2, so it is going to print 2 into 1 is equal to, and then the answer. Okay, and then I'm ending that string with a 4 spaces. So what is going to happen with this, it is going to print this particular line, that is 2 into 1 is equal to 2, and then I'm ending that with a 4 spaces, and that is, these are the 4 spaces. Okay, and then comes the next statement that I'm saying b into, that is I. So whatever the value of b is, suppose it is 5, so it is going to print, so let me come, suppose it was 5, so 5 into 1 is equal to 5, then the 4 spaces. Okay, you can see the end, I'm ending it with 4 spaces. Similarly, for the third one, we had this output, that is 7 into 1 is equal to 7, and then end with 4 spaces, and here it is, the 4 spaces. At the last statement, for the last statement, what I did not give that 4 spaces because I want it should come to the next line. So d was, what was d? The d was 9. So 9 into 1 is equal to 9, and then we had that cursor to the next line over here. And next line, then what will happen? This loop is just worked for one iteration. Now it will go for the second iteration. For the second iteration, again it will take a, that is 2 into I. Now this time the value of I is 2, isn't it? And then the product. So it will print, that is 2 into 2 4, 5 into 2 10, 7 into 2 14, and 9 into 2 18, and then comes the next line, and then it is going to print this line, then this line, then this, and at last it is going to print this line. Okay, and this is how this output is getting generated. So I hope, children, that this concept is very much clear to you, and I'm going to keep it short for today. And now that we have practiced a bit with the single for loop, let us go ahead and learn about the nested loop. And I want that just watching videos you cannot become a good computer programmer. You can only become a good computer programmer by practicing it. Okay, so watch the videos and implement the video. Whatever you learn in the video, you have to implement that. Okay, so please practice this, what I've shown you. And if you really want this, I can give this, but you can watch the video and just type the code. It's pretty clear, right? So next time we are going to start with nested for loop, just like nested if. We are going to learn about the nested for loop. It is going to be very interesting. Okay, so that's it for today. Bye for now.